friends. Welcome to another fantastic Say It Loud podcast. I'm your host, Matt Jones. We were joined this week by Garrett and Alejandro from The Matters. The Matters is like all of your favorite rock bands all rolled into one. They've got sweet riffage. I loved hearing that even Alejandro maybe was influenced by Guitar Hero to learn how to shred. They have a new EP out. It's called The Matters. Their new single is called Survive, and they have a new music video for that as well. Check them out on Spotify. It's great car music. It's great working out music. And it's great live music. They're about to go out on tour in the Southeast. Check them out. They're going to be playing at Hole in the Wall on July 13th. Kind of their tour kickoff. We had a good time talking about their tour expectations, how they make audiences give a shit about their music. So enjoy the episode. Check them out. Thanks for listening. Subscribe on all the socials. Say It Loud Podcast. We're out there. I like when you listen to us. Enjoy. Appalachian, New York, and Panama City. Those I feel like the two most different places to grow up. I would imagine.
Yep.
And with that, we have Panama City's own, now Austin's own, The Matters.
Hey.
What's going on?
Yeah.
We've got Garrett Brown and
Speaking.
Alejandro Rios.
Alejandro Rios.
A.K.A. Bob, if you know him. If you don't, who knows?
There you go.
We're going to learn. And we got Brett, Ryan. I'm Matt. Welcome, The Matters. You guys really screwed me on my blog that I was going to come out with called The Matters. Like M-A-T-T.
Ooh.
Now it's going to have to be called Matt Matters.
Matt Matters.
Yeah.
Oh, see, that makes
Ooh,
sense.
yeah.
I like that, though.
That is
Nice.
good.
Was that alliteration?
We won't fight you.
You guys did the bold move of changing your name.
Correct.
Yeah.
It was Jam Therapy, right? Because you guys played together with Fair City Fire. The one I remember was at Spider House.
Mhm.
How long ago was that?
Almost 2 years ago, maybe.
Yeah, that was a bit.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And that was a pretty rocking show.
We had a show also
Yeah, man.
at Mohawk, right?
Yes.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was after. Was that like a return home show for us?
I think so. Yeah.
From like a tour we were on.
Yeah. I think Nomad City was playing.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Yep, I remember.
Yep.
Somebody else. There was one other band, I think.
Yeah, I can't recall who it was.
Black
Yeah.
Heart
Screw
Sauce?
them.
Yeah.
They don't matter.
Screw them is
Oh.
great.
What did I screw them?
So I want to talk about the name change. Cause
Okay.
it's, but just to get it out there, you guys are a rocking band.
Oh, the Matters.
Um,
Not my
shredding
name change.
guitars. You go upward, sideways, loud, heavy, soaring vocals, guitar solos, all that stuff. So I think it's The Matters Music.
Mhm.
Is that .com? New album
MattersMusic.com,
is
yeah.
on Spotify. Just released recently, right?
Yes, it
Is it-
released on the 22nd of June.
Excellent.
Yeah, last Friday.
We were rocking out to it today, Brett and I.
Oh yeah.
I hope you enjoyed it.
Oh yeah.
I did.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Hey.
Nice.
A lot of
Super
sweet riffage.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Super quality sound, like super professional.
Oh, yeah.
Thanks, man.
It
We
was
worked
pro.
with some of Austin's finest.
Yeah, it was good. Really good.
You guys have the sound. I got really nerdy into Guitar Hero several years ago, like a lot. And when I would play it, I was like, because people would tell you, oh, Guitar Hero is actually making kids want to play guitar now. Like, it's getting them into it. And when I was listening to your album or your EP, I was like, these are like the kids that learned or heard Guitar Hero, and they're like, I just want to make the most riff-heavy, shredding, ultimate album ever.
Very true.
That
Is
is
it really?
Yeah.
that is literally what got me into playing guitar.
Really?
That's
Yeah.
crazy that y'all say that.
There he is, man.
Video games were super influential on me.
Wow.
Like
Yeah.
Tony Hawk.
Yeah,
Like, I was like,
skateboarding.
I have to do this. Like he's just like sticker slapping everything.
Yeah, man.
and
Tony Hawk was
breaking
great.
through windows on a
Hell yeah.
skateboard.
Hell yeah.
So I started skateboarding, and
Yeah.
then Guitar Hero came, and like Expert was just like, "Oh man, this is so cool! They're cheering me on, and like Star Power and all that." It was just like,
That's great.
I feel like you guys have to have a like a versus. Cause Matt, I can vouch for Matt. Matt's pretty good.
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
It's
We'll
on.
set it up.
Dave and Buster's. They got those Guitar Hero games.
They do.
It's like,
Yep.
Yeah.
And
I'd
pinballs.
slay.
Pinballs.
Pinballs,
Has,
yeah.
they
Yeah,
have,
that's
they have
true.
Guitar Hero 3,
Yeah.
The Legends of Rock, that one.
You can be like,
That's excellent. But yeah, you guys, I mean, shred, just heavy riffs, again, soaring, everything. I love it. And actually, when you said Tony Hawk, I was thinking like this would be like a great Tony Hawk soundtrack.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
I remember Primus was on there.
There's a lot of Primus on
Yeah,
there. Yeah.
it was great.
Yeah.
I learned about a lot of music through that blue Nintendo 64 cartridge
Mm-hmm.
when it first came out.
Pro Skater 1.
Yeah.
Wow, wild nostalgia.
So the bold move of changing a name, what was the impetus for it first? So Jam Therapy, I mean, that's as good a name as any, really. I mean, it has two words people know. You put them together. Jam, that's good. Therapy's good. Like, why change it?
Why the name change?
Yeah.
Because whenever we came up with it, we were young, and we were like, after school, man, let's go jam. Like, let's go get it in. And so that was sort of our what we called therapy. That was sort of
I think get it in means something different now.
That's right. See, it's a whole different ballgame now.
Get some tail.
We came to Austin, Texas, and we found that jam means a totally different thing, which are your jam bands, your bands like Fish, your band, all of that stuff. Which I mean, not to discredit any of that music, it's just not what we make. So we kept getting booked on bills where people were expecting a jam band experience. We were sandwiched between two jam bands, and we always kind of stuck out. And so people who were expecting that psychedelic long experience weren't getting it, and people who maybe aren't into that and would be into the stuff we do were kind of phased by it, and so they were avoiding. They just thought, okay, another jam band. You'd be surprised how many venues don't actually listen to your music before booking you, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a shocker.
So they were like, jam therapy, all right, we'll throw them in with these guys.
We'll let them open for String Cheese Incident.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
You guys have had that before, right? You guys, I remember, were billed as Outlaw Country.
We were billed
once,
as
something.
Outlaw Country once, here in town.
Yeah.
Which I don't know how you get that out of what we do, but
Sounds cool.
Yeah,
whatever.
I never heard of it until that show, actually, the Outlaw Country show.
Yeah.
But have you had any experience with getting a gig? So, I mean, you guys you got your standard emails and links to send to the venues.
I don't know. I feel like for the most part it's been pretty
Straightforward.
Yeah.
Not too much. I can see why jam therapy would kind of at first throw you for a loop, make you feel a certain way just by the name.
By the name.
It's amazing how important like branding really is,
Oh, absolutely. I mean,
It's
people
that's
won't
a
give
lesson
you
right there.
Yeah, people won't give you much of a choice much of a an option other than that name. I like it. Let me listen to that. That name, I don't like that. I think I know what I'm getting into already by the name. I'm going to stand back.
Yeah.
Just thinking of that, like if I started a new band, I would call it Elton John Therapy. Just
That would be sick, dude.
Sell out the Irwin Center in like a week. That'd be great. That'd be perfect.
Yeah.
I'd love to see you play piano. That'd be awesome.
We share the same birthday, so we probably have the same talents.
Probably.
Hey.
I like
Have you ever
that.
tried it? You ever tried to play piano?
I haven't, no.
Okay.
I was born
It'll probably work
the day
out.
after Jimi Hendrix. So he was born on the 27th of November. I'm the 28th. So I always like to think maybe my mother was like feeling me coming out. Like I really wanted to get on the 27th, but she was just like keeping me in or something.
She missed the mark.
Yeah.
That's cool. I think he's still inside me somehow, though.
I believe it. You guys definitely shred. I want to know, like, wait, what point in your life or your playing career do you decide, you know what, we're ready for a flying V and like an SG? Like, let's just straight up go with the flyest guitars. We can do that. Like, there's a certain level of confidence that I think you need to have those when you play on stage, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what brought me to the Flying V. Whenever I was younger, I honestly I wasn't too into them. I thought they were kind of corny, and then I saw people like Jim James play them, and I was like, okay, no, I get it. Like when you got the Gibson Flying V, you're making a statement. You're saying like, I'm here to rock and roll. You know that before I even play the guitar, and I just love that statement that it gives.
I think the video I saw was the balcony TV, and I think you were on the Angus Young SG, right? Weren't you?
The SG, yep.
Been playing that for a while.
Yeah, like my first solo I learned was like, You Shook Me All Night Long.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
like, so I mean, I don't know, man. Just just looks so rad with
Yeah,
the
yeah.
horns and everything.
Yeah.
Like,
That was one of the Guitar Hero guitars too, I think.
Yeah, like
That
the
was the
controllers.
one. That's true.
Oh man,
Yeah.
maybe like subconsciously it's just like
Yeah.
Guitar
I
Hero.
think almost every show this past tour, I sound checked with Highway to Hell. So
Yeah. You would do
Yes, you did.
your ACDC catalog.
Yeah, you did,
That's great because you don't just do it. You do it and you look around the whole venue like just cheesing like, come on guys, let's do it.
yeah, who's ready for some ACDC?
Are you still rocking the Sheraton?
Yeah,
Oh,
absolutely.
I love it, man.
Love
It's the
that thing, man.
best guitar you can get for $700.
Dude, totally agree, man. It's
Mhm.
great shit.
Let's get back to the name change. So again,
Okay.
it's The Matters now,
Mm-hmm.
and the EP's called. Was it Survive? Is that what
It's
called, or
The
self-
Matters, yeah.
Oh, it's self-titled. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay.
We got a second chance to do a self-titled album, so we did it.
Oh,
There you
yeah,
go.
duh.
Yeah.
That's a great
That
idea.
is, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
First track is Survive, right?
Yeah, first track is Survive, and that is the single. That's what we're pushing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
And what? So, how does that happen? When I mean, it's got to be an exciting moment, when you want to do a new name change. It's
Mhm.
like, playing Skyrim again and making a different loadout, a different character. It's like this time I'm going to be a stealthy archer instead of a two-handed wielding dwarf. It's very exciting. How will the world change in front of me? So you have this new chance.
Yeah.
And why do you? Is it like names into a bucket? Do you sit around, drink beers, and try to think of something, or did it already
the name
occur to you
change?
what the name might be?
Oh man, no,
it
we
was so
tried.
hard.
We did all of those things to try to find a name. We knew we wanted to change it because we had a drummer swap and we had a new album coming out. So we kind of just told ourselves, if you're gonna do it, now is as good a time as any. Before you release this album, you should probably change the name now. So we had the idea of changing the name before having a name to change it to. So it was always like, all right, guys, bring 5 ideas, like bring something to the table. Then we kind of just got to a point where we thought it could be anything but the name we already had. So we, it literally could be anything. And it didn't even really matter. And that's what kind of led us to that.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what kind of led
There
us
we
to
go.
that conversation of
Yeah.
The Matters.
We had thought of during this time, because Panama City in Florida, usually you don't hear like good news coming out of it. It's like crazy guy gets bitten by alligator.
Florida
in
man.
Publix. So I saw this article on Facebook that was like, human chain saves a drowning person out in
That was
Panama
true,
City
too.
Beach.
Really?
Like it was like 18 people linked up because like someone fell off their boogie board and got caught like in a riptide or
Oh, wow.
something.
Damn.
And like they were drowning, so just people linked up
They
and
formed a human chain one after the other until they were deep enough out there to get the guy out.
Dude, that's
so I was
wild.
like, dude, that's like the perfect band name.
So yeah, we toyed with human
And
chain.
then if you do THC, the human chain.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
It's like a fun little reference. But we're like, oh, what do y'all think about to like other people? What do you think about the name? And they're like, human chain? That sounds like the human centipede.
Human centipede.
Yeah,
See?
so it's just like,
and that's
no,
why we
man.
didn't do it.
Yeah.
And that movie just sucks.
That would have been
because
way
of
more
that.
Florida though too. Like a human
Yeah.
centipede saved a person.
Yeah.
Oh, in Florida? Yeah. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Florida. That makes sense.
So The Matters got the EP. You guys are doing some touring in the summer too, right?
Correct.
So I know in July, I think I wrote it down. It was the 13th. You're going to be at Hole in the Wall for an
Mhm.
Austin show, but after that, yeah, you're hitting. Looks like the Southeast.
We're out and about. Yes, sir. We're really excited. It's our first real tour experience, which is very exciting.
Are you doing the van? Or are you just taking somebody's car? What do
We
you,
are
what do
doing the van. The drummer that we have now, his name is Mike Krieger. He is fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
He has just brought new life into our project. Also had a van, and that was a huge selling point. It was like, you're badass, and you have a van?
Come aboard.
We don't even need to try anybody else at this point,
Yeah, so if you're trying to join a band, don't practice. Just get a van.
Have a
Own
van.
Yeah.
Have a van. Don't spend your time practicing. Don't waste it.
That's right.
What
Get a damn van.
What year is the van? Do you know?
03.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not
So
too bad,
terrible.
man.
Yeah.
It's like my grandparents had a van very similar, You know, it's the one. It's got like the curtains on the sides. You know,
DVD player.
You got a DVD player.
Yeah, kind of like a cutout above the driver's seat in the back where you got a TV and a little
You
VCR
know
kind
it.
of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Does anyone else still have that mentality that anything after 2000 is still kind of new?
Yes.
Yeah.
But it's very old though.
Well, yeah. I mean, when you really think about it.
Mm-hmm.
But there's that mental trick. I'm like, oh, it's after 2000.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
still. Wow. Yeah.
Too long ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, Gladiator is still my favorite new movie. Is it? I think it's still in theaters, isn't it?
That is a sick movie
Yeah.
though. Russell Crowe at his finest.
I can't wait to see what he does next. You guys have a pretty energetic live show, if I remember.
Mhm.
Yes.
Right, you had some. I think you remembered something about was it the Spider House or like?
Oh yeah,
Jumping
your bass player. I was kind of hoping Chase, right?
Mm-hmm.
I was kind of hoping he was coming tonight. I was thinking I was like, this guy's gonna be awesome to have
He's
on the
a
show.
lunatic,
He's probably
man.
I talked to him a little bit at the Mohawk show. I was talking to all you guys just a little bit right before you went on, and I tried to talk to him for a little bit, and I was like, "You're awesome. Like I could sit down and pick your brain for a bit." Like, but no, at that Spider House show, he jumped off the stage and was on the ground like convulsing and like
Seizing.
around and,
Yeah.
like, and like doing awesome shit. And I looked around, I was like, "Don't expect me to do that. I'm not. I'll throw my back out or some shit like that." Yeah.
And are the venues you're going to this summer ones you've played before, or are they all? I mean,
Mm-mm.
like
No,
Alabama,
like I said-
Memphis.
Yeah, this is
Nashville,
this is our first venture out, so we're kind of resume building right now. You know, hey, we've played at Memphis. Hey, we've played in Nashville, so we can get the next one. You know,
Okay.
but we're real excited to play the places that we do love. I love to travel. I think a lot of the guys do as well, and we love to play shows.
It's like,
Yeah,
you saying
he knows.
no?
Oh no, I said.
like-
No, he's down.
Oh
Like,
man,
shaved his
come
head. He's
on.
like, nope.
We're always looking for that next.
Where in
next thing.
Nashville are you guys playing?
It's called the Cobra.
We've played there.
You played the Cobra?
Yeah,
How
dude.
how was the Cobra? Give me the
Pretty cool.
honest. It
It's
was
pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
The honest opinion was we was bad timing for us because they had closed down.
It was
and-
called Foo Bar.
and
before
like they
that.
called food. We booked
Yeah.
it as Foo Bar, and then
It became
like a couple
Cobra.
months out, you know, and then when we were getting ready to go, they closed down. But they're like, "Don't worry, we'll be open," and they opened like 2 days before, or something like that.
There
Before
wasn't
we
even
played.
like a sign out front yet or anything.
No.
Like
So it was bad timing for us.
man.
But the place itself is really nice. The
It was
stage
nice.
is
The
the
room's
stage is
great.
nice. It's good sound.
Nice.
sound guy's great. I remember he
Good
played,
lights.
Like as we were coming on stage, it was obnoxious. There weren't a lot of people there because like the venue wasn't even really like much of a thing yet. But as we were coming out on stage to this like underpopulated room, he just blasted the Jurassic Park theme song.
Oh yeah, that's
and
right.
it was
Yeah, yeah.
hilarious. It's fucking so funny.
But you guys will dig it. It's a good room, good
Nice.
space, good sound.
I'm glad to hear it.
It's got a similar vibe to Mohawk in a
Mm-hmm.
sense. Just the room itself. I won't say the bar does,
Mm-hmm.
but that because it's kind of you walk in, there's a bar, pool tables and stuff, and then you go to
Another room.
another room,
Gotcha.
I gotcha.
and that's where they charge at the door and do there. And then,
So you can drink without paying the door, and then you have to pay the
it's
door
like-
to get to
it's
the.
kind of too. So if Mohawk actually had a door instead of just a walkway, it'd be similar in that fashion. Where
I
there's
gotcha.
a bar over there, and then you pay as soon as you go through that door, you have to pay to get in.
Very.
Or that's
cool.
what it was when we were there. But
Yeah, that's a good gig, man.
Cool
This is a
spot.
pretty cool room for sure.
Nice.
It's in a like hip part of town too, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Nashville. So
close to some Nashville hot chicken restaurant.
Ooh. get
you
you
guys
some
had-
hot chicken.
Hot chicken's a thing in Nashville.
I love hot.
Dude, it is absurdly hot. Like to the point, I think it was like out of 7, we got like a 3, and it like I couldn't even enjoy
Out of
it.
7.
Oh, what?
Yeah,
Wait.
Like so, there's hot levels.
yeah.
1
so,
through
like,
7.
And,
Yeah.
and you got a 3 in
We
that
had a
was too
3,
much?
and it was like
It was
brutal.
unbearable.
That was
brutal.
enough.
Yeah.
Huh?
So just be
I'm
careful
down,
out there.
man.
Maybe
Yeah.
they gave us the wrong spice level, but it was fucking. It was like
Yeah, well, check it out. Yeah,
It was
man. I mean, I'm a
really hot.
spice connoisseur.
That sounds like
Like I love pushing my spice
Yeah.
limits.
it's good though. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
well, I guess it was all right. In the sense of like I was just like I can't even enjoy it. It's so fucking hot.
See, that's when I really start to enjoy it. It's like
Yeah.
an endorphin rush.
Really? Yeah.
You
man.
know.
Well, then you'll
I would
like
say
it.
maybe wait till after the show.
Oh,
to,
yeah.
enjoy this Nashville hot chicken. I don't know
Yeah.
from my experience.
I'm
Yeah.
not going to tear myself up.
Yeah.
Won't
Have
do
you
it.
guys?
I deserve this.
Have you guys traveled to Nashville just maybe for vacation or?
Yes,
just, yeah.
I've been in Nashville a few times. It's a very cool city.
Yeah.
I do love there was a band I saw there called the Don Kelly Band. They played at Robert's Western World, and it's like an ongoing band, but they keep launching these very successful guitar players. Just the most insane Nashville music you can ever imagine. And every time I go to Nashville, I've got to make a stop at Robert's Western World and just see this bar, the same band play in the same bar. I think they play like Thursday through Sunday or something like that. Exquisite if you ever go there.
Sweet.
Is it like rotating guitarists? Is that kind of a thing, or?
Yeah, they keep getting new ones because the other ones keep getting,
Scooped
ate
up,
up. Yeah, ate up by
drafted.
these, famous country artists.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is that down on Broadway?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It is. And every time I've seen them, they've had a different guitar player, just as good, if not better, than the last that I saw.
Yeah. Nashville was
Wow.
actually where we recorded our first album as Jam Therapy too.
That's true.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Welcome
That's
to
really cool,
1979.
All
Nice,
analog.
man.
Oh, really?
We did it to tape.
Yeah.
I
We're-
thought it would be slower, but it was just as fast as any digital session I've ever done.
Yeah.
Really?
Wow.
Mhm.
That's really cool. We're
Do you still have the tape?
Oh, yeah. Oh, we don't have the physical
Oh.
tape. They have it there at the studio if they haven't recorded over it by now. But,
Dude, you should get it.
yeah.
It sounds like Airheads too. It's gonna steal your
Yeah.
original recording tape.
Brendan Fraser cared. He thought that he sounded better on tape than on cassette.
Yeah.
That's content right there too. Airheads too.
Yeah.
Then, so what was the finished product then? Like they just did analog, then just converted it to digital. basically?
Correct. Yeah. So some would say that might have killed any you print an analog onto format, on a digital
Yeah.
format. You're
But
doing
people
all the
can
things.
see the music analog on tour. This
That's
summer.
right. That's right.
there
If
you
you
go.
want to
That's
check
right.
it out, we're there.
Yeah. So you guys, I think the album, the EP was what, 5 songs?
Yes.
I think I heard. Yeah. So
Mhm.
what else are you playing? Do you have some old tunes you're gonna be rocking? Do you do covers? What do you guys? Have
Yeah,
in
some
store
of
for
our
the-
some of our very best from Jam Therapy we have kept.
Yeah.
So we've kind of sifted through that and got just the things that we know work, very well. And then apart from that, we're trying to just write as much new music as we possibly can. It's challenging to kind of rebuild your repertoire from what you've had. We got a new drummer, so it was really easy to ditch all the old stuff because it was just like, don't learn it. Hey, we'll learn some new stuff.
Yeah. That stuff doesn't fit in the van.
Right, doesn't fit in the van.
Yeah.
That's right. Not in the E150.
Yeah.
It sure doesn't.
Do you think you're gonna try some new stuff on the tour? Or-
Absolutely.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
we've already
interesting, yeah.
we've already written some stuff. Well, the album was recorded with our previous drummer. His name was Matt May. Fantastic. He moved back home to Panama City. He's who plays on it, and we asked Mike, like, hey man, can you learn, what we already have? He said, yeah, no problem. He came to a practice, had it all just about to a T. And so from there, we've always tried to just, learn more and more stuff. We learned, like I said, the best stuff from Jam Therapy, but everything else we're trying to just get new music out there.
I would imagine your catalog's pretty deep since you've known each other. Exactly how long have you guys known each other?
Oh, man.
Well,
2000, I think we knew of each other for a while, but around 2009,
After Gladiator.
after
Yeah.
Gladiator, post-Gladiator world.
Yeah.
So since 2009, Panama met. What year did you come to Austin?
I came to Austin, and what was it?
14?
Yeah, 14 or 15.
I think 14, yeah.
And was there always intention to come here? Was it a last minute thing? You seem to like Nashville. Was that part of your consideration too?
Yeah, I always considered moving to a music city just to see what we could do. I was always under the impression Panama City, we left a very large imprint in Panama City. We kind of created music scenes that weren't there prior, and we always thought, hey, we did this to this town. We were able to rise to the top. What if we took it to a place where people actually care about music and what have you? So we always wanted to go to a different music city. just see how we would fare. And just the planets kind of aligned on Austin, Texas. You know, I had family out here already. I was looking for, you know, an internship somewhere I could jump in and use some of my music skills to make some cash, and Austin was just the place.
Wait, are you getting a paid music internship in Austin? Or did you?
No, it wasn't a paid at the time. It wasn't a paid at the time.
Wow.
But
it's hard to get.
yeah, I work for a backline company. So we rent backline to ACL, South by Southwest, like all of the major festivals. We're the primary backline distributor. A company called Soundcheck Austin. And we had met a gentleman, interestingly enough, in Panama City. He's from Panama City, and he is the tour manager for Crosby, Stills, and Nash.
Wow.
And Jackson Browne and Joan Baez. He tour manages all of those old 60s artists. And he would come to our shows sometimes in Panama City. Just became a fan and was like, you know, any way I can help you, let's see what we can get going. And he had a connection in Austin, Texas. He was like, well, if you go here, I might have some work for you. So here we are.
Is that where I was looking through some of the photos you have on Facebook, and you've got some nice quality and looks to me like pretty giant shows you're playing in front of. Is that most of those from your hometown?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, like the Civic Center and everything? Yeah.
Yeah,
The
there's
Civic Center. I love it. Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like there's
They're
gotta
very
be
casual
like minor
about
league
that.
hockey going on there. Is that what's?
It's
in
just
Panama
a theater,
City?
yeah. Styx played there.
Oh,
That
they're
was my
everywhere.
first rock and roll show.
really?
Was
Nice.
Styx.
Hell
That's a
yeah!
good one. In Panama City, like you said, you were able to like rise. I mean, maybe you helped the rising tides of the music community grow there.
Mm-hmm.
What was it like? I mean, what is it like? I've never been there. I mean, to me, when I hear Panama City, I think party city, like tourist
Yeah.
city. I know Brett,
Bikers.
before we were recording,
Yep.
you said you used to go there for spring breaks, things
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, just
Yeah, that culture.
drunken mess. Just
Lots of Jimmy Buffett.
Debauchery.
oh man, insanity. Yeah.
So how do you grow a culture in a city where it seems like people are like coming and going? What's the actual like population? Like, is there a community? Is there enough people in town to grow it?
Yeah. I mean, there's enough people. Like I said, there's a huge. You rely on tourists a lot, which was cool because it was a place where you could play to an audience in Panama City, but simultaneously be getting fans in Illinois or Virginia. Right. You know, they were all kind of coming to us at the time, which was very nice. Developing the scene, there really wasn't much of an original scene. Like I said, there's a lot of cover music going down in Panama City. And we were playing cover gigs where we would have to span 4 hours. And so we would learn as many covers as we could, and we would just fill in all the gaps with original music.
Right. Yeah. And we were like the young guys doing it because like on the beach part, it's usually a bunch of like cover bands of like old men, like, you know, that are like washed out from partying too hard back then when that music was applicable. So, you know, we catered a lot to them too, like to a lot of the older generation, because we're playing like Zeppelin and like Hendrix, The Doors and stuff, and they just fell in love with us. And you know, it's just like us, you know, like that music, everybody can love it. Like you know, there's a lot of younger people that love Led Zeppelin and stuff
it's
too.
timeless stuff. Yeah.
We had also kind of gotten like a big, like I guess like a bigger break there, like when we started playing this festival called Friday Fest there, which is just like a street festival in downtown, and you know, we would play there every couple of months, and like you're just playing
out on the street. Or
Yeah, it was out on the street.
and
We'd
they
set
line
on
up the streets with hot rod cars, and people are just like, you know, like churros and turkey legs, like that kind of thing. But we would always play at the best spot in front of the Martin Theater. Like, so there's like these neon signs and everything. You just see the street lights over us and everything. But I don't know. We were always, there's just this energy there that like we could like really translate it into the to the crowd.
That's wild.
We got to do a Friday Fest last year, was it?
Yeah.
And we got to come back and do a Friday Fest, and I mean that's still my favorite kind of show to play. It's just being right there on the street. There's a thing about Austin, Texas, where when we came here, the one thing we noticed is when we play in front of audiences listen. In Panama City, they did not necessarily listen, so we needed to make sure that they did. You know, we always had to go that extra mile to just like, hey, look at me, like, please give a shit about about what we're doing over here. And that's something that I think that when we moved to Austin, Texas, we've been able to carry with us that some Austin bands don't have. You know, they're so used to just, even if I'm playing, people are going to care. People are going to listen.
Right?
Yeah. I was about to say, like, most of my idols, like, obviously, like, Jimi Hendrix and, like, Jim Morrison, Angus Young, like, all those people, like, they were entertainers. So, like, I wanted to emulate that, too, so.
It seems like you guys, you do have that energy on stage that is undeniable. I mean, you're going to, whether or not you're into the music, you're going to be like, fuck. You're going to at least look and watch for a little bit.
It's entertainment, too.
It's an experience.
Yeah, it is, definitely. I mean, I didn't forget it the first time I saw you. Yeah. And it's been years between, years between shows.
Yeah. First impressions.
Is there a pride to being a great live band and knowing it? You know, I want, because everybody, not everybody, but, musicians can create singles or albums, and a lot of people are passionate about that, and just having their voice heard and their message sent over that medium is great. But to me, whenever I see people or bands that play live and they can shred, like, that's got to be better than having a great album, or is it this on the same level? I don't know.
I guess it just depends.
There's just so different.
Animal,
So different.
Yeah. Because it's one of those things where if you never get the chance to see that band, of course you're going to enjoy their album. But there is also that flip side is you love the album and you go see them live, and if they don't cut it live, it's kind of a disappointment.
Yeah, less than stellar.
Yeah.
Kind of works the other way too.
Yeah.
I've definitely like bought an album from a band that I thought was great live, and then the album is just like, what? This is not the band I just listened to. Like, what are you talking about? And that's kind of a disappointing experience in its own too. So really, I think you just got to have both,
Yeah, I mean, that's
Just
something.
be good at everything.
That's something we've always tried to capture, is that sort of live feel. Is whenever we are, when we are recording, we're trying to get at least a little bit of that translated into the music.
So do you actually do? I know when we record, we we'll set up, we'll play live together and track the drums and bass live, and then have dummy guitars. I mean, so you can hear them and then go back later. But a lot of times. Well, not a lot of times, but sometimes you get some really good stuff, and you just go, well, let's keep that.
Yeah.
And build on top of that with the guitars. And Brian, I know Brian and Clint and Derek, the guitarist before Clint, have kind of both done that. Do you guys do that as well in the studio? Or
yes, very similar. One thing that we've worked with a metronome one time, and we can do it. It's not a matter of, we're not able to. But when we do, we kind of feel like we lose that element of sort of the track breathing back and forth. And whenever we showed all of our music to our producer, his name is Chris Frenchie Smith.
Hell yeah.
He's done work with a lot of folks. That was one of the things that he really wanted to emphasize, was like, I want the music to breathe. I want it to move with you, as you go, how you feel. This passage, if it's a couple BPMs faster than the last one, who cares?
Right.
That's what you were feeling at the moment, and that's what he wanted to capture.
That's really cool. I mean, he's done some, the Otis and the Destroyer was a great album put out not too long ago. And
yeah, he's been
really
fantastic.
This Fiction and
that's right.
Of course, like Jet and all that kind of stuff too.
Dude, still killing it, Jet.
I mean, you guys, like, for the Shake Your Bones album, that was a big priority for you, right? I mean, especially on the vocal side, right? Like, just singing like you would sing it live.
Yeah,
right?
it's funny. It's like, I think the whole thing we always talked about was like just capturing what we actually sound like on the album, because it's a weird thing, because it's like what you sound like in rehearsal and live and stuff. It's like capturing that on an album is a whole different animal. There's a lot of different things that have to be done to do that, and I think we're getting better every time we do it, which is all you can ask for.
Yeah, the EP is what we learned a lot off our first EP, and was that 2015? Something like that?
Yeah, early 2015.
Because we kind of did it to the metronome, and And, you know, it was good. We were happy with it, sure. But it's like you go back and listen to it, and it's very different.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, and then, like, just learn from that. Each album, try to figure out, okay, how can we find that live feel without sacrificing timing or whatever at the point. But, yeah, each time it's good. We've been working with the same guy, too, which helps.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
You just get to know each other, you feel each other out, you know your ticks and what makes you move, and it's a good thing. Yeah.
So when you guys are doing new songs this summer, is there immediate intentions to start laying some stuff down again when you come back, or do you have a timeline on new? I mean, because I would imagine, I guess this goes for both of you guys. Whenever you start writing again and performing new stuff, like you're probably like, you get that juice of like, ooh, this is like, I got a new album coming here soon.
Yeah, I'm definitely curious to see how this tour is going to affect my musicianship afterwards. Like, because, you know, like you said, this is our first tour and my first time, like, ever doing anything like this, but it just seems intriguing that like, for 2 weeks, like, that is solely your life, like, your job, you know, like...
You're gonna fucking love it.
Yeah,
You're gonna love it.
I know, and like just playing every night.
Man. Yeah,
like, it's a great thing, man. Like,
it's hard, but it's like it's fun because it's like, you know, you play a show, and then you get done. You know how playing shows, you have that adrenaline and that, and then you get done, you're like, oh, the show's done. Mm-hmm. I got another one tomorrow. You know, and then it's on repeat for however long you're on the road.
Yeah, it's
you know?
pretty sweet.
Yeah. You get do-overs each day, which is always nice.
Yeah, I don't know about that though, like the whole like planning for the next album stuff, because it's like I don't know, I feel like we've just done it when we've started to record whenever it like felt right. It wasn't like, I don't think it's ever been like a, hey, you know, we need to like get the stuff we're writing right now down as soon as possible. I think it was just kind of
felt right. The timing's right. It's weird because it has been almost a year. Every, like, on the dot, almost each year we release something, but that's not we didn't plan it out.
Wasn't intentioned that way.
It just kind of happened. Each year is like, all right, let's do it. We got time. We've got, you know, let's slow part of the season, or a little bit of money in the bank, or whatever.
Yeah, I think the Attack single last year was just like to have something to like legitimize why we were going on tour.
Yeah.
We're like, we had planned the tour. We're like, wait,
we don't have anything.
what are we promoting right now? Like,
Hey,
let's
let's
release
get in the studio.
something.
Yeah.
So we had that song ready to go.
Yeah,
but
that's good.
And then, so Alejandro, you were talking about the musicianship, or just playing. Like, and I think for First City Fire guys, it's obvious. Like when you play together every day, like doesn't it get so tight? Like, isn't that like
Super
some of the
tight.
most fun you have playing in a band?
Well, it's interesting too, because that does happen, of course. But as that happens in your mind, not a whole lot changes in the sense, because like you grow with it, and you're like, oh, we are tight, but then you start picking out little things.
Yeah.
Oh, this needs to happen. This needs to happen.
Yeah.
And then you finish a set, and someone's like, damn, like you guys are really tight. And you're like, were we? You know, like, were we? I don't know. You know,
no,
like,
we weren't.
Yeah. Well, it's not even like
Don't
that.
you dare
You're like,
compliment me.
You're always like, thanks, of course,
Oh,
but
yeah,
you know what I mean, right?
Yeah, I do.
It's weird because it's such a
Your
it
expectations
grows.
get higher.
Yeah, as you play
yeah.
more and more, and it grows, and
Yeah, it's endless.
yeah, which is kind of
feeling.
So what do you? In terms of expectations, do you have expectations for the tour, or do you just hope you're just going to ride it this first time and just experience it?
Well,
what do you thinking?
I'm excited just because we're going through a bunch of cool cities. Like, I've never hung out in New Orleans, so
fun.
I'm ready to like soak in that culture. And then like Memphis, there's like Beale Street and like all the culture that's there. Nashville, Charlottesville. Are we going there? Or somewhere in North
Going to
Carolina?
Charlotte.
Charlottesville is different.
Oh yeah.
That was in the news last year.
that's true.
Oh,
I wouldn't go there, probably.
Yeah.
Where are you guys playing in Charlotte? We've played there a couple times.
What is it? The Milestone?
Oh,
I think is what it's called.
yeah, never played there.
Yeah.
That's cool. Let us know
Neither
how it
have
is.
we. We
Yeah.
will.
Great country. It's awesome. It's pretty
But,
up there.
yeah.
Sure.
yeah. As far as expectations, I'm so open-minded to everything. Like I'm just gonna soak in and try to grow as much as I can from it. And ideally, what I was kind of wanting, like was like, I want to like write a song at the beginning of like the tour, and then like kind of tour it out and see how it grows.
No changes.
That's interesting.
Yeah, and we are gonna be playing in Panama City, which that's gonna be like a huge homecoming.
Yeah.
We're playing at Miss Newbie's, which is like one of like
It's a staple.
it is the staple in Panama City as far as like one of the bars.
That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so excited.
Jet skiing.
Where in the tour is that? Like, where's that fall?
It's the second to last show.
Sweet.
We
So
have
you
a
guys
few
are gonna
days.
be fucking
I
tight
know,
Yeah.
I'm
as
so
could be.
stoked.
Yeah.
We're gonna ride some jet skis. We're gonna do the island. Man, I love it.
Yeah, dude.
I'll be really disappointed if that show doesn't end in a huge orgy or something.
Man,
like that.
something might happen.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
know.
feeling it.
Definitely give us the orgy report.
I don't want to hear about that.
We'll lay it out.
Enjoy it. Yeah.
Yeah.
In Austin, have you guys had any exceptional live show experiences? I mean, Spider House and Airplay Hole in the Wall. Is there anything that stood out that was like totally Austin for you that made the move here
Mm-hmm.
exceptional?
I know which one. What do you have?
Come on, just go for it.
I gotta say, man, we played a free week at Stubbs one time.
Oh yeah.
And it was just a packed audience, and an audience that was really giving it to us. This thing about being a musician is if you're not giving it to them, it's really hard for them to, for the artist to come back at you with anything. And this audience, this crowd, definitely had it. They were ready for some live music. They were ready to be entertained. Just the planets had aligned. We just had a completely stellar show.
Yeah, that must have been pretty awesome. I know
That was
Free Week,
true.
that whole strip is just just nuts.
Mm-hmm.
And to play in a
Yeah.
place legendary like Stubbs is pretty great, especially during that time.
Yeah.
Friday the 13th.
Yeah, it was
Oh, was
Friday
it
the
really?
13th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really cool.
Do you ever like try to watch faces in the crowd to see like, oh, that person's not paying attention, but we're gonna make them, you know? We want you to turn around from your beer like just
Every
at least once in
time.
a while, yeah.
Yeah, every
Yeah.
time. There's a section of the show where sometimes Alejandro feels inclined to run out and play to somebody. And I know sometimes you play to the person who's digging it the most, but sometimes you play to the person who is not having any fun. And you just like to turn that around on them.
Yeah.
You mean actually out into the crowd?
Yeah. He makes
yeah.
a beeline out there, and he'll
Got a
do a
wireless
solo
unit.
at somebody. And like I said, sometimes it's the person who's loving it the most, and sometimes it is pinpointed, hey, this guy's, not paying any attention to us. How about we make him?
Yeah, just
Yeah.
make
I like it.
moments.
It's
you know?
aggressive.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I feel like that Spider House show, whether there's like maybe 8 people in the crowd, between one of the 3 bands that were playing there,
Mhm.
and you didn't lose any of your energy. And I think, if I remember correctly, it was Chase and you jumped off, like it was choreographed almost. Came flying off the stage together at the same time, landed at the same time, and then like busted into like a similar move, and like while you're up on just belting vocals up on stage. I was like, fuck, man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the thing about great rock bands, or just great bands in general. It doesn't matter what the crowd size is. It's like every night, give it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, like, even if one person leaves there just blown away, you did your job.
I've heard somebody say just recently, they're like, well, if you didn't bring an audience, you better impress the manager. So they'll have you back and you don't look like a fool. At least you better impress that one guy so he doesn't just hate your guts and blacklist your name,
Yeah, it's true.
Are you still happy with the move? Are you still happy being here and where you are now, making the music that you're making?
Yeah, man, I would say so. Mostly because there's way more resources here for artists than there was where we came from. If I want to shoot a music video, I can go out and shop 15 different directors. I can shop for this many producers and find the right one. And for once, we can kind of have an option and have people who, I guess, artists who came to Flock and make their own music, and their own art. We can find those very same people. Where in Panama City, Florida, there was one guy to make a music video. Okay, you wanted to do an album, there was one guy you could go
Had to be on a boat with bikini girls.
Right. We've done that. We
Did you really?
played a yacht. Yeah, it was so fun. get your sea legs when you're playing.
Yeah. Oh, really?
Yeah, it wasn't a very big yacht,
Yeah.
but a yacht nonetheless.
Do you guys want to play a game name?
TM.
This is fun.
Game name.
I was sitting
Home
here
edition.
earlier, and Ben, who is Ben Levy, who's our producer
Mm-hmm.
for all the albums we work, texts me, and he's like, "Hey, listen to Taking It to the Streets." And I'm like, "The Michael McDonald song?"
Oh, yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, man." I was like, "Why the fuck are you listening to that song right now?" And so I turned it on, I was like digging it earlier. It's just like, "Hey, Michael, TM Game Name Home Edition."
So the connection for you guys who
sorry.
do not know what's happening.
No idea.
All right.
No idea.
We have this. We once in a while we do this game. It's a game with names of music and stuff. But somehow Brett started and Brian started saying TM at the end and but singing it like Michael McDonald, and then now it's a thing.
And there's home editions,
Home edition.
home edition, travel editions.
So the way it's going to work today, I'm going to be honest, this is sort of a half-assed game name. Oh,
I like it.
No,
Game
it's a half-assed game name. Yeah.
Game name,
Yeah,
yeah.
game name. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Okay. It's like I'm so used to saying game name now that I think it's wrong because it's not. It's very clever. So what I'm going to do is the half-assed part of it is I've got like a bunch of band names here, and I also have their original band names. So these are all bands that changed their name.
Okay.
Whether it's because like a member left or because maybe they just were a cover band at first. So I'm going to name the original band name, and you guess the current band name. They're all big name bands.
Sounds fun.
The problem is I didn't list any like clues or hints. So I'm going to try to make them up as I go along. So I'll list the name, and then I'll either list a song or sing like somebody, and hopefully we can all figure it out.
Okay.
Okay.
Let's hit it.
So let's, as an example, Brett, the experienced game name player, TM.
Yeah.
Let's try.
Home edition.
Let's start with the Pendletons. Do you know who the Pendletons became?
No.
How about a little bit of a little of a little
Beach
girl.
Boys?
Yes.
Yeah. Wow.
The Pendletons?
Yeah, they were called the
Pendletons.
Pendletons. Yes.
Wow.
originally,
Wow.
yeah.
Wow.
Is there anyone in the band named Pendleton?
I don't think so.
What does that even
It's
mean?
half-assed. Yeah.
Maybe they had neighbors named the Pendletons
Yeah.
that would complain about their music or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Leonard Skinner.
I think
Yeah,
it was
like their
somebody's
old-
last name, actually, or something like that.
Was it?
Actually, I think you're right. But don't check that on Google. Don't look it up.
Jack
It was definitely somebody's last name.
Jack Pendleton.
Yeah. All right, Brian. Let's go with Detours. Okay, so it's a band you definitely like, classic rock. These guys kind of had a discussion about Detours because some other band already had that name, so they couldn't think about who they wanted to be, and they were just like, "Who do we want to be? Who do we want to be?"
Are you-
Like,
are
what's
the
our
Who?
word? The Who, yeah,
Yep.
Yeah.
They were called the
Ooh.
Detours. Yeah,
You're old man in it right now with your
that's
with
good.
your hints.
All right, Alejandro.
Yes.
Let's do. This one's great. It's called Pectorals, and it ends with a Z. Pectorals.
Pectorals?
Yeah. Off
Like
the top,
what-
you probably don't know. Do you want to take a just random guess out of nowhere? I'm 1 in a million guess.
Oh my, the Victorians.
Probably one
Are
of the
they
most.
are they a testosterone type of band?
They're not. No,
No.
almost the opposite.
Oh my goodness.
Victoria.
Victor.
With the Z.
For the
That's
Z at the end,
hilarious,
yeah.
dude. Yeah.
Good
Oh.
name change, whatever it is
Yeah,
that
whatever.
they
Yeah.
That's
changed
that's
it
where I
to.
go get my chest hair shaved.
I don't know why My Chemical Romance keeps on
Ooh, that's
coming
a
up.
bit, well, yeah, less rocky. The lead singer was married to a famous Hollywood actress.
Can we get
John
that name?
Mayer.
Yeah, Gwyneth Paltrow.
Oh.
Oh,
So,
jeez.
His name's Chris Martin.
Yeah.
Ah, I got it.
Oh, man.
Oh, dude.
You
Yeah,
know it,
there
right?
go.
Come on,
He's giving it to you.
Everybody. Oh, man.
You know it.
Back to the star. What's another good one?
Not
They was all yellow.
It was, that was good. It was a good one.
Dave
No.
Matthews. I don't
No,
know.
that's fine. Honestly, that's a fine answer. It's Coldplay.
Cold. Oh,
It's not
man.
they're not as shreddy for you. Definitely. That's for sure.
They were called pectorals.
I guess so.
That's
Yeah.
the
worst
Yeah.
name
In
ever.
college. In college.
Oh my
And
God.
Yeah.
Name change.
Pectorals
Good
with a
Lord.
Z.
Dude,
Lord.
we're going to have to hashtag whenever this comes out.
Yeah.
Hashtag them,
Pectorals.
pectorals and
Yeah.
Coldplay.
Yeah.
All right, Garrett.
Fucking
Mhm.
awesome.
Let's go.
How about fecal matter?
Oh, my God.
What?
The fecal matters.
Good. Another good name change.
I'm gonna give you an era.
Okay, yeah, give me an arrow.
Grunge.
Okay.
Oh, man.
So then I could go ahead and list off the obvious. I don't think that was Nirvana.
It was Nirvana.
It was
Yeah,
Nirvana.
it was Nirvana.
There we go.
That makes
Sounds
sense.
about right.
I was like,
It does make
I think that was like
For
Kurt's
some
first
reason.
Yeah,
idea.
it
for
was
a
fecal
band.
matter.
Yeah.
Okay.
Fecal matter.
Mhm.
Brilliant.
It's a pretty shitty name, if you ask me.
Oh, man.
He's killing it with the dad jokes right now,
Oh,
man.
All right, Brett. Let's do one more round.
All right.
How about? Did we already say the sex maggots? I feel like I would have
No.
remembered that.
What?
No, we have
You
not.
did not
said
say the sex maggots yet.
Nope.
All right.
Sex maggots.
I feel like I know this one actually.
Do you reckon?
I
go
think
for
so.
it,
Hold on,
man.
wait.
No, I want to let him buzz in,
Do-
buzz
do
a
you- do
friend,
you wanna
call a
try?
friend. Yeah.
Is it the Goo Goo
It
Dolls?
is the Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow.
How did you know
How
that?
do you even know that?
I don't know.
Which
Dude, really? That just came to mind?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
brilliant.
That was up here somewhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, we opened for them in Panama
We opened for
City.
the
Oh,
Goo Goo
really?
Dolls one
really?
time.
Nice.
Wow, you open for the Sex Maggots?
Sex maggots.
Sex maggots.
In
That's
upstate
impressive.
New York, everybody knows the sex maggots. Yeah.
That's true. It's a bigger because they're from Buffalo, New York. So like, maybe that explains. I don't.
Maybe.
I
Either
don't
way,
know.
that's a
Yeah.
great guess.
Yeah.
That's a great poll,
so
yeah.
you should take the next
All
one,
right,
Brett.
I'll give it a shot.
I won't poach this one unless I know it.
No, I'm buzz a friend again.
Yeah. If somebody knows it, just say it. Yeah.
That was incredible.
Let's do rat salad.
God, these are
familiar.
awful names.
So this is going to be another
Rat salad.
two-worded band. It's really somebody's name. That is a band name.
Can I get a...
Famous in the late 70s, early 80s. Famous now, but hit their peak in the early 80s.
Rat salad.
Yeah. Flashy guitar. Generational guitar, really.
Not Frank Zappa.
Brothers played in the band together. Wow!
Does anyone have an idea
It might
of
be
that?
Half a teacher.
Van Halen?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
Van Halen, Rat Salad. They started out as a cover band.
Van
Salad.
Halen.
Wow.
Rat Salad. Yeah.
That is a
Wow.
Yeah.
rat salad.
Yeah. All right,
Come
Bab.
on.
How about duct tape?
That's a good band name.
Yeah, that's not bad, actually.
But not duct tape, not like the
It's-
actual tape. It's
it's
duck
duct
tape.
tape.
Whack.
Whack, duct tape.
Duct tape.
Still not bad. I mean,
So I would say they were in the pop punk genre. Got big in the late 90s, early 2000s.
Green Day.
You're not far off. Same genre, same time period. They have a number in their name.
what was that blank?
Matchbox 20? Wait,
Ooh.
what?
That was a good number
I think-
one, though.
Yeah, it was.
Matchbox 20?
And one of their fellas was abducted by an alien.
Whoa.
Yeah,
You know this? Do you know this?
Yeah, he's no longer in the band because
Yeah.
he's been telling some wonderful stories.
What? What's,
What if that really? I mean, what if that
It's
really
possible.
happened?
Yeah, they're
What's his-
wonderful
what's,
stories
what's
either
his
way,
age
whether
again?
they're true or not.
What's his age again?
I don't
I
remember.
don't remember. What's his age again?
What is
It's
his
better
age
if you
again?
think about all the small things in his life.
All the small things.
Yeah.
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 Oh my god.
Bob.
Dad joke failed.
They're gonna blink. Don't blink. They're gonna.
Have you ever
fallen?
fallen in love with
Oh,
a girl at a rock
Blink-182?
show?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Was
Dude.
that it?
This
Yes,
is what happens.
yeah, that was it. Yeah.
That's it.
Oh man, I just
I mean, poor guy. What if he really did get abducted by aliens and no one's fucking believing
One of the
it?
members
Kick him out
claims
of
they were abducted.
Tom
by aliens?
DeLonge, I think that's
Yeah.
his name, right? Yeah, he's
Really?
Yeah,
They
he's
kick
been,
him out of the
he was on
band.
the Rogan show, wasn't he?
I think
Talking
so,
about
yeah,
that
yeah.
forever.
That's
But he's
what
not in the
hap-
band anymore because
That's what happens when you get a lip piercing. All right, that's what I'm gonna tell my kids. You know,
that's you
gotta
get abducted by
yeah,
aliens. Yeah.
He could be. That'd be terrible, right?
Right.
No one would ever
believe him.
you.
Yeah. Kick you out of a successful band and you
Yeah.
get alienated.
So have you?
Ooh, dad jokes.
That's good.
Yeah.
Jeez, we gotta cut that out.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have one too.
Yeah.
That's my fault.
Anyways.
All right, one more.
All right.
Tony Float and the Miraculously Majestic Masters of Mayhem.
What?
Wow.
This band only played with this name for 2 shows in 1982. Got big in the late 80s, but mostly early 90s. They're big today. It's still huge today.
Like currently releasing.
If they played a show in town, it would have been last year at ACL, I think, or one of the last couple of years at ACL.
Can I get the name one more time?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Can I get the origin? Can you use that in a sentence? Yeah. Tony Flo and the Miraculously Majestic Masters of Mayhem.
That is a mouthful.
Did they go with a person's name again?
They didn't. They went with another long name, but like half that name.
But half of it, but
Yeah.
still pretty long.
Yeah. Longer than a typical band name.
Mm.
One of the members of the band was in a very popular movie from like 1990, 91. Just a very small part.
Small part.
He likes to run with his shirt off. Slow motion in music videos. Sometimes they just play naked in general.
Oh, okay. So then, are you speaking? Okay, is the movie you're talking about Back to the Future? He was in Back to the Future.
It's not Huey Lewis.
Not
You're talking
yeah,
about-
right.
no,
Not Huey
yeah.
Lewis.
Is he in
No,
Huey Lewis? Who?
He's in 3. Is he in?
Is he?
They
If we're
talk
thinking
about
of
him.
the same guy.
Needles?
He's in that movie.
He's in that movie.
Yeah, he's in that movie.
Yeah. So then, would it be Red Hot?
he's-
Yeah. Would it be?
Please, I was thinking
Yeah.
but I was thinking of Anthony in
Anthony
Point
Kiedis.
Break.
Oh, Point Break.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
He was.
Dude, that's I forgot about Needles.
Yeah,
Yes.
Needles.
Yeah.
Needles was
He was
Red Hot
Needles.
Chili Peppers.
Yeah. So then, yes, Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yep.
Yeah.
What a name, huh?
Yeah.
Can't believe that didn't catch it.
That's crazy.
One more time. Tony Flo and the Miraculously Majestic Masters of Mayhem.
Wow.
Wow.
Something, huh?
That would have worked for them if they would have
Yeah,
kept
I
it.
got
Do
it.
you think
Yeah.
Kiedis would have went as Tony Flo for the rest of his life?
Could have.
Yeah.
Only 2 shows
Tony
though,
Flo.
I
huh?
wonder if his good friends call him that.
What up,
You ever
Tony?
think about that? Yo, Tony Flo.
Tony Flo.
What's going on, Tony Flo?
Well, cool. Do you guys have anything else you want to tell our exclusive but expansive podcast audience?
Well, we got a music video coming.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about it. I saw a
Yeah.
picture. Were you in front of a green screen?
We're
Oh,
doing, we're doing
yeah.
the green
What's
screen
What is
thing
happening here? What are you guys doing? All right,
Ooh.
when is it coming out?
soon.
Okay.
Probably in a
Soon.
week or
Can you
two.
give us a week? Can you
Mhm.
give us a hint about what's going to be pasted on the green screen?
Well, I'll tell you, one of our biggest inspirations was, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but Black Sabbath's, what is it, Paranoid?
Mhm.
It's the Paranoid music video.
Oh,
Very early music
Oh,
video
yeah.
sort of
Oh, yeah.
thing. And we wanted to capture that, but definitely with some new elements as well.
That's cool.
Yeah.
And that's to survive.
That is to survive, yes.
Hell
sir.
yeah.
Nice.
Excellent.
That's fucking sweet.
And just so you know, if your kids are listening, that is explicit.
Explicit,
On
that's right.
Spotify.
We got it on Spotify. I never thought I'd see the day. But I got the same thing that Snoop Dogg got. You know what they got for the Chronic
You
right
guys
there
are
in the corner.
You're the same person.
You say ass in the first 20 seconds of the album and you get the explicit.
If you want a kid to listen to your record, put explicit on it. When I
That's
was
true.
like when I used to go to Record Town, I would
Yeah.
buy all the CDs that had parental advisor on them.
Oh, yeah.
They didn't stop you from doing
Yeah.
it. It just said like your parents should be there. But I went and by myself and just bought them all. They
Yeah.
were great.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Lethal Injection, Ice Cube's Lethal Injection. That's where I was headed
Yeah. They
back
had,
in
like,
those days.
Eminem's like curtain call, like the one that had like ass like that and not lose yourself. Anyways, I had the clean version, so it's
Yeah, you get the clean
Eminem.
version.
And like when I hear the not clean version, I'm just like, that's weird.
There's
It
so
just
much
sounds
more
weird.
lyrics to the song than I'm used
That was
to.
your mother's decision.
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
I
wasn't your
didn't
father's.
know, but when we got a Walmart in our town, which is a big deal in our town,
Mhm.
they didn't carry any of the explicit CDs, and I didn't know that, or I didn't even know that was a thing. So whenever I bought, like, in the early '90s, all these, the hard rock, grungy, and then metal CDs, like, it would just they wouldn't just, it wouldn't be absent. It would be like beep. Beep.
They would put beeps in there.
Yeah, like say by 9 Inch Nails. 9 Inch Nails. 9 Inch Nails close to be like, I wanna beep you like an animal.
Oh my God.
I'd be like,
Shut
no, I wasted my money. I
Oh,
wasted all my
man.
lawn mowing money on this. It was
dude.
terrible.
Yeah, that is terrible.
Yeah.
God damn.
They didn't say it because I didn't know. Whatever. Fuck Walmart.
Yeah, dude. Fuck. That's the whole point of this
Walmart.
Their
podcast.
greeters are assholes.
Oh my God.
They're really nice. Sorry, this is a political podcast.
Hey,
I didn't think
man.
you knew that.
I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shop local, man.
Yeah. All right. The matters.
Hey, thank you.
The matters matter.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
All live.
Yes.
When do you kick off the tour?
Mattersmusic.com.
TheMattersMusic.com.
All the tour dates are on there.
Facebook, Instagram, the whole shebang.
You said it earlier, but when do you hit the road?
Officially on July 18th.
Cool.
We are doing our pre-show here in Austin on the 13th, though.
Whereabouts?
Hell yeah.
A hole in the wall.
Yeah.
Hole in the wall.
Man, wow, that'll be fun.
Come on
I'm
out.
so excited.
Yeah,
Please
that'll
come
be a
out.
good
Please listen to the record. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Check out the music video. It'll be out shortly.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. Especially the paranoid flavor.
It
I
is,
love
man.
that.
It's a
I
little
love that.
campy,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
nice.
Yeah,
Cool.
the music video is, I'm super stoked about
Well, you
it.
can tell. I mean, you guys care. You know, you
Yeah.
can tell it's silly things, but like the font. You have your font. You have like your website is set up, organized, and
Mm-hmm.
you know, you
Quality
got links
photos,
to things.
yeah.
The album looks great. You know, and that, you don't do
Thank
that
you.
unless you really care about it. So
Absolutely.
I think people hearing this should care about it too. And yeah,
That's
Bear
great.
City
I've
Fire
heard
is
good
always
things.
shake your bones.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Follow all the Say
This-
It Loud pretty much everywhere now. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It's
Yeah, the
on
podcast
all
is a real thing now.
socials,
Yeah.
It's on social media.
Yeah, we-
It's a
we did it.
actual real
We're-
thing.
We're
We
well
did it.
into our 40s now.
Yeah.
So-
Is this 41? 2?
42, I
42?
think. Yeah.
42.
42
Okay.
episodes.
Second
yeah.
episode.
Going on that 50. Yeah.
42.
Nice.
I
Well,
said
thanks,
it.
guys. Appreciate it.
Thank
Totally.
you.
The Matters.
Anytime.
Music.com. FairCityFire.com.
Do it.
Use Google. Everybody knows. I mean,
Yeah, you'll find
why do
it.
you gotta tell-
Peace.